Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good middle of the day, good night, good welcome. I am going to start out here with a cover song of an act who's played on this stream before, a guy named Nev Clay, who is an amazing lyricist and musician from the northeast of England, and who was supposed to be playing with myself and my guests for today, Ariel and Mathias from The Burning Hell, when we were supposed to be on tour in the UK in April and then in November and then maybe in November next year. So this goes out to Nev. In case he's watching, it's called Green Leaves. Welcome. I hope everybody's doing okay. There's no reason for our arrival here, and no knowing just when we'll go. It's only humans who look for sometimes the green leaves fall before the gold. The council planted 100 saplings here, most of them thriving and growing old. But some were uprooted by stupid children. Sometimes the green leaves fall before the gold. I'm not showing off, but I used to volunteer at a local hospice. There's nothing to say. Sometimes the green leaves fall before the gold. That's Nev Clay. Well, that's me playing a Nev Clay song, Green Leaves. Almost like green sleeves there. I don't know if that was a play on word by Nev. How's everybody doing? I see we have some people watching from Germany, from Vancouver, from the East Coast. I'm going to play a new song, and then, I'm going to welcome my special guests, The Burning Hell. Please feel free to share the video, spread it around if you like my music or their music. Or neither, but you're just generous. That would be great. I'm going to play a song that I'm working on right now. I said that I would try and work on some new stuff over the coming weeks, and I have been trying to be true to my word and doing less jigsaw puzzling and more songwriting. So this is a song called Sinners, and it's kind of about hypocrisy, I guess. You'll get more when I figure it out more. You sinners, but you weren't to know me, you weren't to know me at all. You suffered the joy, you baby, the sweetness out to the core. You sinners, and you're not to know me, you weren't to know me at all. You suffer in the joy, baby, the sweetness out at the core. Coming in once and backing off twice, we plow through the noise, beginning to restlessly open our eyes and stare at the world and pick it apart. Did what we could to get by. Sinners, and we've come to love it, we've come to love it is all. We suffer in the joy, we baked in the sweetness right down to the core. Coming back once and crashing in twice, we plow through the noise, beginning to recklessly open our hearts, and tear through the mud, and plant a new life, and when we get deeper we die. When we get deeper we die. That's a new one, that's Sinners. I did play an older version of it a few weeks back, but yeah, I feel like it's developing. So that's what it is. Roger asked, Roger's in Nottingham, and he mentioned that the gig that we were supposed to be doing, The Burning Hell, and I they've set up a crowdfunder, and he wants to know if it's okay for him to share it in here. And of course it is. Please do, Roger. So yeah, right now I am going to introduce our very special guests for today. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Ariel and Mathias of The Burning Hell.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. It's great to be sort of here with you.
Sort of here, sort of back again. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. We did this back what feels like a lifetime ago, but I guess it was a while ago. It was in the summer, right?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I feel like it was maybe June or July or something like that.
Yeah, makes sense. And we did a tech check. We always do a little technical check on this particular televisual program, and everything went fine. And then we did the show itself, and it was just like there was just some crazy noises happening, and I felt really bad that felt like I'd let you down in this moment, and so I thought like it'd be really good to get you back on. So I'm really glad that yeah, you're able to do this.
And we are too. Yeah, and we're in Newfoundland now. We were in PEI before. We're in Newfoundland now for the rest of the winter, and I think that we have a better Wi-Fi connection here.
Yes.
On our end, at least, the tech will be a little smoother.
Knock on wood. Hope for the best. Yeah. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Because you were in Prince Edward Island in the summer, and you've relocated to where I think it's where I initially met you, Newfoundland. You in St. John's?
Yeah. So we used to live in St. John's for ages, and for the last 5 years or so, we've been living in PEI, and that's still our permanent home. But we live way out in the country, and it's beautiful, but it gets a little bit lonely in the winter, and especially after the year that we've had, we were like, no, let's get out of here while we can, while the Atlantic bubble still exists, and go to Newfoundland and be able to kind of have some sort of social life,
Right. Yeah.
limited way. And apologies to the people who are currently in some level of lockdown right now. Not trying to make you jealous.
Living in a place that has a curfew, like we're not allowed out of the house between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. right now. Like I don't know, like whenever I like speak to anyone out east in Canada or like hear about people out east and it's like everything is kind of like mostly okay now, it actually like gives me a bit of it's like a positive thing. It makes me feel more hopeful. So revel in it, rub it in, and it will be a good thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we're here for the rest of the winter, and then we'll be going back to our little farm in the summertime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And hopefully maybe on tour one day again. Who knows?
It's possible. I mean, we have dates booked, right?
I'm not counting any chickens. Any chickens. They're all dying on me. So
yeah. But yeah, fingers crossed for November. Anyway, I guess that's the plan. But yeah, what did you have in mind to play for us today?
Well, I think we'll play a couple songs. We'll do one from our newest record, Never Work, in a second, but maybe we'll start with a song that we'll dedicate to anyone that is in some stage of lockdown right now. And yeah, I think I just need to adjust the settings, right? And
oh yes, you remembered. I forgot. Press the magic button.
All right, magic button is pressed. Lil Nas X duetted with Billy Ray Cyrus. Next year came the deadly coronavirus. Everybody trying to hide, everybody staying inside, peeking out our windows wearing homemade masks. I'm not sure how long we can live like that. Don't misunderstand, I'm a fan of public health and safety, and man, we need a lot of each of those lately, but we can't live in caves, burrows, or holes. Leave them for the hobbits, the orcs, and the trolls. You don't need wisdom like Gandalf or smarts like Sauron to know that social distance is an oxymoron. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. Yes, imagine just taking a seat on a stool next to me, and we'd say,
hey, it's nice to meet you.
Clink our glasses and make a new friend. Imagine we could do that again. I don't mean this to be creepy, and it might be too much, but to quote the boss, I need a little human touch. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. And I would use all my government emergency money to buy a round for everybody, even the guy in the camo and the MAGA hat. Okay, maybe not him, but I'd like to think that this bar could be the dawn of a new society with no more paranoia, fear, or anxiety. I wanna drink in a bar, I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. Take it, Ariel. Dance closer than the candles on the menorah. Quiero bailar la lambada, el tango, the horror, arm in arm with friends and strangers. oblivious to invisible dangers, kissing on the cheek 'cause it seems cool and Italian. Try that now. The cops will send a hazmat battalion. I wanna drink in a bar. I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. You can choose the place, I'm not picky, I'll go anywhere. The floors can be sticky, I don't need a chair. In fact, packed like sardines, that's the stuff of my dreams. People and music, it's all that I need. And when this ends, friends, I'll buy everybody a beer. Until then, I'll be here binging Cheers. I wanna drink in a bar. I wanna go drink in a bar. You can come too, whoever you are. Imagine we could drink in a bar. Think if we could drink in a bar. Imagine we could drink in a bar. All right, that was dedicated to everyone in quarantine right now.
Yeah.
We'll do one more song. Thanks so much again, Tim, for having us on. We actually released an album last year, shortly after the pandemic started. Not great timing, and that was the album we were supposed to be touring with you, of course. And it is an album of labor songs for the gig economy, and we'll try one of those now. This is a song called "The Robots versus Mrs. Patel," and it features Ariel on stylophone. You ready?
Yeah.
The year was 2020, and the humans weren't doing too well. For instance, take the interesting case of Mrs. Anjuli Patel. She worked at the Easy Days supermarket, which gave her no special enjoyment. It was not a good job, but it was a job, and she was grateful to have the employment. It was a Wednesday, but to Mrs. Patel, it was a work day just like any other. She was preoccupied thinking of how she felt guilty about not spending time with her mother. When she arrived at her workplace, she stopped at the sight of something that glittered and gleamed. In place of her usual register was a shining self-checkout machine. Then out of her normally well-mannered mouth came words like fucking and hell. And that was the start of the terrible tale of the robots versus Mrs. Patel. The robots versus Mrs. Patel. Well, her boss was a pencil mustache with a pulse. His eyes traveled south like Vasco da Gama. He leered and he jeered and he said with a sneer, "Mrs. P, let's not have any drama. This is secure checkout, Autobot 1000, Scab 1000 if you prefer. You'll be training our customers to use it, dealing with problems that may occur." Now Mrs. Patel thought of strangling him with the lanyard that held her ID card. But she needed the work even more since her husband lost his job as a security guard. And she was spending her evenings in night school, learning coding and programming skills. One day soon enough, she thought to herself, I'll get off this wage slavery treadmill. So she opened Scout 1000's manual to page 1 and thought to herself, we'll see who will win in this battle I call the robots versus Mrs. Patel. The robots versus Mrs. Patel. Helping customers learn how to use the machines with which they would soon be replaced was an irony from which Mrs. Patel and her colleagues found they just could not escape. plotted sabotage, some dreamed of a union. But Mrs. Patel knew the truth. When robots and bosses find common causes, there's nothing poor workers can do. Or that's what she thought until one fateful evening in her late night advanced coding class, when she learned about strategies known to the nerds as adversarial attacks. So she coded away to trick the machines to check out items that didn't exist, and to charge the fake shopping to her boss's account before he knew what he'd missed. So a little algorithm helped her bankrupt the system and the rest of the franchise as well. And in a way you could say that the robots joined forces with the hero called Mrs. Patel. The hero called Mrs. Patel. Now she's revered as a binary Robin Hood throughout the subcontinent. The workers all dance in Capitol's ashes and sing of her accomplishments. And she and her team of rebellious machines are redistributing the wealth. All you bosses and bankers had better beware of the robots and Mrs. Patel. The robots and Mrs. Patel.
Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you.
So good. I did want to quickly note for the people who don't regularly watch, there is a support option here, a donation option. It's in the video description, and 50% of the donations every week go to the guest artists. So yeah, please support us in our gig economy world that we are living in, appropriately enough. Yeah, that was great. I'm so glad that we could get you back on board again here.
Me too. And I just want to say, I want to give you a huge personal round of applause. For you're one of the hardest working live streamers, I think, on the internet. And you've been doing this for a long time, and you've been supporting a lot of other artists through it. And so yeah, kudos to you. Thank you for all of your work.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely feels like a space that it's I don't know. I've been surprised at how much I've loved doing it. So I've really enjoyed trying to bring other people who I know have been reticent. I don't know if I mean, I guess you were doing like a TV show or something in the spring. So I think you've been finding the ways to kind of utilize it and get out there. But I know a lot of folks are just like, I don't want to do that. But like they do it and it's like, oh, this is great. This is fun. And you reach people and it's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait until we can actually play a show in a room with humans. But this is really good for now. Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of yellow hands, many yellow hands, doing the clapping motion or washing hands, one of the two. Yeah, and what does Lion Star? I mean, you were saying you're going to go back to PI for the summer, but in terms sort of like creatively in the next few weeks and months.
Yeah, we're working on a couple of new recording projects over the winter, so there's that, and yeah, I hope that by the time, who knows if we'll be able to go on tour in November or 2022 or 2023 or whenever we'll get to go on tour again. We're gonna have a lot of new music, which is fun. So it's in a way the silver lining, at least creatively for me in this pandemic, is that if we had spent as much time touring in 2020 as we normally do, I wouldn't have been able to write as much. So that's good. And it's been fun to spend time doing that. And I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of it. So yeah, a lot of recording coming up.
Cool. I can't wait. And sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say winter's a perfect time to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is a thing in Montreal or in any of the places that people are watching from, but in February, there's something called the RPM Challenge, which started in the States, but now is actually based in St. John's, where we are now. And the idea is to write and record an entire album in the month of February. And it's open to everybody. And I really encourage all of you watching out there to try it yourself, because especially if you're going to be stuck inside all the time, February normally sucks, even when you can go outside and do stuff. But this year is going to be especially a tough February. So why not throw yourself into a brand new project and make an album? Doesn't matter if you've never done it before. Doesn't matter if you've never written a song before. I encourage you to do it. That's my plug for RPM.
RPM Challenge. And I guess they presumably there's a website?
rpmchallenge.com.
Nice. It is such a great idea. And like, I think especially like as musicians who are like, I don't know, we identify as musicians and like, this is our job. This is what we do. It's really easy to get incredibly heady about writing and making music. And something like that seems like amazing for getting out of that.
Absolutely. I've actually written some of the songs that I'm proudest of during RPM because all of that kind of pressure is removed. You're not thinking about like, oh, I'm writing this for the next album that I have to release or something like that. It's just purely a fun project. And sometimes it taps into like a special part of your brain or something.
Awesome. And I believe we had Jake Nickel on a few months back, who is a sometime band member of yours. And I know that I have a couple of his RPM Challenge albums and they're wonderful. And it's such a cool idea. There's a thought popped into my head there, and is
it left
vanishing. Oh, just around songwriting, around that kind of idea, because I think we can get so caught up in the idea of it being this kind of like mystical, complex art or whatever. But I remember having a conversation with a friend, and she was saying like, she was, I don't know, somebody was asking her about like, well, how do you write songs? And she was saying, well, it's just like you come up with a note, and then you decide on a note to go after that, and then you do it again. And it's like the same thing with the words. Just put one after another, and then you have a song.
Yeah, yeah, that's really it. It's not that mystical. Sometimes the really great songs feel a little bit mystical, but that's the essential process. Yeah, anybody can do it.
Yeah, just turn the tap on, and eventually the dirty water will filter out, and you'll get beautiful clean water. That's I don't know. A friend of mine was telling me about that was a metaphor in, I think, the Ben Folds autobiography, and it's just really stuck with me since then. Just got to get the tap on, turn the tap on, and let it flow.
Dirty water is what you want, though. I think those like the initial stuff is often great.
Well, make sure you record that dirty water or drink it. Absolutely. Is that the metaphor there?
Drink the dirty water. That's very important.
And there's like important minerals and
that's right.
Iron.
Lots of iron.
Lead. That's an important mineral, right?
Yeah.
We need more lead in our diets. Amazing. Well, yeah, thank you so much again for coming on. We will definitely have you back. I mean, I'm excited to go out and play real life shows as well, but I love doing this, and I completely intend to just keep doing this until I die. So,
amazing.
Whenever that may be. But point being, I would love to have you on again at some point in the future. So, yeah, until we see each other on here again or in real life.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Tim.
My absolute pleasure. Ariel and Mathias from The Burning Hell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
That was great. The Burning Hell. So good to get them back on. It was. I'm going to keep going here as well for the folks who don't regularly tuning. I'm going to play a few more songs as well. So do stick around if you enjoyed it. And again, if you want to support us, there's a link in the video description on Facebook and YouTube, and there's a donation button on Twitch if you're watching over there. 50% of the donations every week go to the guest artists. So, and yeah, and it's always much appreciated when you support us. I'm going to play one of mine now from, I released an album in September of, I wanted to say last year, but that's not true, 2019, and the album's called Parallel Line, and this is the third, I don't know which track it is, it's Grace, it's called Grace, and it was the album that I was supposed to be touring with Ariel and Mathias in April, when the tour was unfortunately postponed, but yeah, and if anybody has requests, please get them in the comments. I'm always up for, obviously playing my songs, but any other songs by other artists, I like a challenge. I have 2 coming up that were requested last week. And yeah, a Beatles song and a Bruce Springsteen song. So you can do with that what you will. This is Grace. All my way, I never act so calmly in the face of the wreckage that you roared. Storm of 10, the copper beach, the couch is still. We tell ourselves that nothing ever changed so much. I see it all, the grace that you hold. You send me out in the cold, koto, as much as you'd ever hold. Is it enough? Is infinity sin? Don't ever cast a stone before you. All of us are fickle and unworn. At least you're not all the things you're not. Could there be anything that you would rather hear less? I see it all, the grace that you stole. You send me out in the cold, koto, as much as you'd ever hold. You send me out, you send me out in the cold. It's not enough. That's Grace. Thank you for all the kind words, everybody. This is it really and yeah, I mean, I was serious what I was saying for Ariel and Mathias when they were very kindly saying nice things about this stream. It really is the highlight of my week. It was a bit of a rough week leading up to today, personally. And everything just turns around for me at this point. So thank you for tuning in. It really means a lot, and it's fun. And let's just keep on doing it the whole time. I'm gonna play another song from that same record. It's called All We Know, and it's about being oblivious to your own particular situation, and yeah, whether you have everything and are unaware of that and just want more, or have kind of lost everything and are in the process of pushing people away. And some other things as well. Just to get heady for a moment. All we know, all we as you like, but it's more than enough. Thank you very much. I can see there's been rain, and the thought is crumbled. You can leave when you like. The walls and the doors haven't changed. You're fine, only fighting and easily as the sand. Your pride in these misleading notions. That was All We Know from the last record. Thank you for the shirt compliments. I mean, you know, might as well get dressed up. I've got nowhere to go, but you know, I want to make an effort for all of you. I'm going to play one of the covers now. I had a request last week for a song that I've played before on here, actually. And I don't really understand how to use the word hubris, but I feel like this might be a hubristic venture to... so maybe somebody can define it for me. But I'm going to play a Beatles song for you. The track For No One. But it is for someone. It's for me mum, because she requested it. But I'm going to do it on the piano. It's already in place. Okay. You can have a little camera as well, so you can see what's going on here. And like I say, keep getting your requests in. I'm always up for trying things out. And if I can't do them this week, and yeah, if I don't know the song, I will investigate it and see if I can figure out some version for it. As a wearer of shirts. Very good, Roger. So this is For No One from Mum. Your day breaks, your mind aches, you find that all the words of kindness linger on. Now she no longer needs you. She wakes up, she makes up, she takes her time and doesn't feel she has to hurry. She no longer needs you, and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. You want her, you need her, and yet you don't believe her when love is dead. Do you think she needs you? And in her eyes you see nothing, no sign of love behind the tears cried for no one, a love that should have lasted years. You stay home, she goes out, she says that long ago she knew someone, but now he's gone, she doesn't need him. She wakes up, your day breaks, your mind aches. There will be times when all the things she said will fill your head. You won't forget her, and in her eyes you see nothing, no sign of love behind the tears cried for no one, a love that should have lasted years. For No One, from by the Beatles. It's a nice one, isn't it? I realize that it's in the key of B major, which is capo. I play that with capo 4 on the guitar. You don't need to kind of mess around with black notes on a guitar, because you just put a capo on and it changes the key for you. But that's where I seem to have written a lot of songs. Maybe I'll do something from there. Yeah, what have we got here? What else is on my list? I'm going to do a Bruce Springsteen song. I was making the point a few weeks ago that I was moving through all of the Bs in England, and I did Kate Bush and David Bowie. Bowie. I'll just get it in between Bowie and Bowie. And that was the Beatles, and I'm going to do a Bruce Springsteen. I guess maybe he's an S. But I'm going to do that in Mo. I'm going to play one of mine. Johnny Wants All Mixed Up. You know what, Johnny? That was actually in the tuning that I started the set in. So it would have been amazing back then. But maybe I'll do that as the... I'll do that next week. Nebraska. That is a challenge right there. They're all going on the list. I'll put everything on the list. Oh my God, totally need some crickets to fill the pauses. Okay. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that Philadelphia, and then I'm gonna do a couple of my own. I was just messing around with this track at my rehearsal space last week I think, and realized that it worked quite well in this form. So Bruce had a track called Philadelphia, Streets of Philadelphia from the movie of the same name in the mid-90s. And I remember it used to be on the school bus when I was going to school, and I never I never owned a copy of the song, but I totally fell in love with it, and I think I just learned it through hearing it on the bus, and it's so beautiful. And yeah, I'll play it and then talk more about it maybe. Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen. Spruce Springsteen, as I like to call him. I was bruised and battered, I couldn't tell what I felt. I was unrecognizable to myself. Saw my reflection in the window, didn't know my own face. Some brother, are you gonna leave me wasting away on the streets of Philadelphia? I walked the avenue till my legs felt like stone. I heard the voices of friends vanished and gone. At night I could hear the blood in my veins. It's just as black and whispering as the rain on the streets of Philadelphia. Na, na, Na 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 na. Ain't no angel gonna greet me. It's just you and I, my friend. And my clothes don't fit me no more. I'd walk 1,000 miles just to slip this skin. Night is falling and I'm flying away, 'cause I can feel myself fading away. So receive me, brother, with your faithless kiss. Or will we leave each other alone like this on the streets of Philadelphia? Na 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 na. Na 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 na. The boss. French listeners, is he known as Le Chef in France, in Quebec? I hope so. Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen. Yeah, totally love that song. Used to hear it on the radio on 97.4 Rock FM back in the days, in between adverts for Charnock Richard cycles. If you know, you know. But it's a beaut, and I think we should give it up for wordless choruses. I love a good wordless chorus. And apparently, for those who know the actual recorded version of that song, I didn't realize this. I did a little bit of digging, and Jonathan Demme, I think it was Jonathan Demme who directed Philadelphia, went to Le Chef and asked him if he would work on a song for his movie, and then Bruce Springsteen did this home demo where he like played the synth and the drum machine and sang and stuff, and then gave it to the director. And I was like, yeah, this is cool. And then he went to the studio, did some like high production value version of it with the sax player and all this stuff. And then the director ended up using the home demo. So that's what you hear is his home demo. It's Bruce playing all of the things. Bruce Printemps. What's ado? That's what Steen is. Requesting a cover of Buy a Bike. Buy a bike. Buy a bike. Get down to Charnock Richard cycles. Oh, ado, like adolescent, a teen. Bruce Printemps ado Le Chef. What's Bruce? What is the name Bruce? What's that all about? It doesn't matter. I'm going to play a request for my brother, who's in California these days. This is a new one of mine. It's nice of him to request my songs. And he keeps requesting it, and I keep not playing it. Because I'm still figuring it out, but it's called Waste for the moment. It's gonna have a different name. You know when you write a song and you're just like, this isn't the name, but that's what I know it as. Le Patron. Okay, Bruce is Le Patron. Speaking of patron, Mathias of The Burning Hell has a Patreon website, and there's a link to that in the description as well. So if you want to support The Burning Hell, you can go there as well. But this is Waste for me, bruv. If I can remember it. As we start, as this starts, never to talk about ways, we hold on when we should let go? Why must we suffer in play? It's hard to tame. We're straining to fight and fight while they leave it in place. Absence scrolls, it swallows me whole. Why must we suffer in play? Did all you could to ask yourself will not open the hands to that sky. As this stops, never to talk about ways. As this stops, never to talk about ways. Anyone? Waste. Okay, so I have 2 left for ya. And then for the people watching on Twitch, we're going to do a little raid to my friend Ewan, who's going to do a set. I believe, anyway. If he is online, Constant is initiating this, I believe. I think it's going to be kind of atmospheric electronic stuff. So if you enter that stuff, go check it out. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the page, the YouTube page, like the Facebook page, follow the Twitch page, all that stuff, so you know when the next things are going to happen. I'm going to play another one from the last record. This is called Shapes. It's about tying yourself up in knots, but blaming somebody else for it. Oh yeah, I need to plug it in, don't I? Don't I? Pop. us fancy shapes. Oh yeah, we need that extra camera on. Pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. You pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. Less is more than you wanted to be. Following down as an end to the street. Held aloft in the dying of spring. How to pretend that you don't mean a thing. You pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. You pull me into shapes I can't get out of. I can't get out of. Stretched linen clothes, nothing stays without stain. Wait for the poor to get out into the rain. The pool never came. Now the sky's almost clear. Not laying blame, but the following steer. That's shapes. Wen Yu from Taipei requested Half Awake last week, so I'm going to finish up with that. Again, if you want to, you can support the stream, myself and all the guest artists that come on here. There's a link in the video description where you can make a PayPal or, if you're in Canada, an Interac donation. And I do this every week, so come back. Come back if you're so inclined. Same time, same place, an hour ago from now, next Wednesday. 3 p.m. Montreal time, 8 p.m. in the UK, 9 p.m. in Germany. That's the housekeeping stuff. I have the most polite audience. I love that people like tell me when they're gonna leave. It's really nice. Or like announce themselves when they get here. It's just the best. More crickets. This last song, Half Awake, is about accepting when something is finished and moving on before it goes completely stale and is a horrible mess, which is easier said than done. It's going to be on the Spanish EP that I'm going to put out in a couple of months. It's actually the title track. It's called La Mitad in Spanish. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, we have more guests lined up next week. I'll announce on the Facebook page and on the Twitter leading up to it who it's going to be. So keep your eyes peeled there. So this is Half Awake for Wen Yu. Bye-bye, crickets. Does it mean something? Because it meant something. Let it go. For a while, but she watched it striving to see if it's surviving. Make a pact, let it lie. More than half awake, cold only to say. Apart from feeling, set adrift on meaning. Let it go. For a while, but she won't see. Getting hard of you. Make a pact and call it dying. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was Half Awake from the last record. There's plenty of information and links and stuff in the description. So if you want to find anything, any recorded music, there's CDs and LPs and stuff. It's all there. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks to Ariel and Mathias from The Burning Hell for being our guests. And I guess I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye then. Bye.